This is the view from our room. Look, look, look. This is our room. There's Jess in the corner. Yeah, then to give you an idea, she can literally sit here.
I can look at the Pantheon.
And look at the Pantheon through this window.
We have a corner room, so there's like 3 windows we can check out.
There she is, Notre Dame Cathedral. It's surreal after being in England for a week, now being in like super French, the most French territory.
I'm the most French.
Want to go in?
Yeah, let's see.
Last time we were here was 2014. Which was a few years before the big fire that happened. So we actually got to see the inside of Notre Dame before the horrible fire happened. Jess actually painted a picture inside. It's one of my favorite memories. I'm not sure we could do that now, but
I don't think I was supposed to do it the first time, but nobody caught me. God saw it, but he didn't do anything.
That's right. Apparently Jess was saying the hot tip is you come at lunch or you come at the end of the day, and as we're here, it just happens to be the end of the day. So let's see. So we're sliding in without a reservation. We actually made it in for Palm Sunday service right before they shut down the line.
Yeah, it's not moving. It's kind of wild. I had no idea. I knew it was Sunday, but I thought Holy Week started tomorrow, like a business on Monday.
Right. Exited right through there. That's where they're letting everybody out. So they're letting people out, but they're not letting people in. So there's the front of the line at the entrance. And as you can see, it is stopped short. All these people are waiting to get in.
À mesure que Jésus avançait, les gens étendaient leurs manteaux sur le chemin.
We made it in like 10 minutes before the
Alors,
cutoff.
déjà Jésus a...
Ready for this weird marionette store we found in France? Charlie Chaplin.
So creepy.
So creepy.
What if he turns his head and blinks?
If any of these puppets turn and blink, I'm running away.
Horrifying.
There he is. You guys see him?
Nope. Yep.
Yep.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Yep. Don't want any part of that guy. There's a little chef guy right here.
Got Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking. There she is. There's Pippi.
Food? This place is weird.
Yeah. Very weird. The marionette store is Claire de Rive. So if you're in Paris, you want to come see some creepy puppets.
This is your place.
This is your place.
This is first full day in Paris, but really the second because we came in yesterday.
Yes.
And yesterday was Palm Sunday. And yes, we're here. And it's amazing. And our hotel is literally across from the Pantheon. Like, we're back here, right over there. Amazing. I can't believe it. And then, I don't think you could see it in the video, but at the end of the street is Luxembourg, and you can see the Eiffel Tower. Love Paris!
Hello. Well, here I am, trapped at a French hotel room. We are cutting the Paris leg of our trip short by one day because I actually hurt my foot. I don't know what's going on, if it's like an ankle thing, a foot thing. I have no recollection of like stepping weirdly. There wasn't a moment where I was like, oh, I should have done that, or I felt my ankle roll. None of that happened. I've just been walking like a madman this whole trip, all through London. We were doing 20,000 step days for like 6 days straight. And then I showed up to Paris like it was nothing, and then I did like half a day in Paris, and then the next morning, yesterday, or was it the day before? Basically, I don't know. I've lost track of time. Basically, our first full day in Paris, I woke up with a horrible burning pain all through my bottom of my foot, shooting up through my ankle. So I think it's Paris's way of telling me to au revoir, get out of here. So we're cutting it short. We were gonna fly out Thursday morning. Instead, now we're flying out Wednesday morning. So it's been a fun trip. London, I absolutely loved, as I'm sure you've heard me say in the other videos. France is a beautiful city, but for whatever reason, I had like a really tough time this trip. It was like Paris and I weren't on the same wavelength. There was always something weird, you know, especially once the foot pain thing started. It even started right before that. I didn't even shoot any of the stuff because it was just so weird and frustrating and like of the moment. But when I first got to this hotel, the original room we were in was really cool. It was actually on the top floor. We're staying in a place called Les Dames du Pantheon. Forgive my pronunciation. I know I can't speak French. I don't pretend to speak French. I can't pronounce it well. My wife does a much better job. But we're staying in a place called Les Dames du Pantheon. It's like literally on top of the Pantheon. We're right here. And the original room that we had was on the top floor. You open these windows, and it's what they call a mansard roof. So it was like, my wife was actually explaining this to me, where a mansard roof is like, I thought it was just a Vampire Weekend song. Apparently, the mansard roof is a real thing, where I guess French architects, is it French? French architects would hide, I guess you would be, charged or paid taxes or whatever on X amount of however many floors or rooms you had. So to disguise rooms, they would use the attic as like a section that they could put a room in, and they wouldn't be charged for it, have to pay for it. I don't understand how that works, but that's technically what's called a mansard roof. That was the original room we were in. Tremendous, tremendous views. Two problems. One, it was an incredibly claustrophobic room because the ceilings here are really low. And two, this was the crazy part. you could not enter the shower. It was like, listen, I'm like kind of a heavy guy, but I'm not giant, okay? And this isn't just a weight thing. If you were a super tall person, if you were a super like built, like swole person who went to the gym every day, which I'm not either. Like, I'm just kind of like an average overweight kind of guy. It's impossible. Like, you could not have fit into this shower the way that they made it. Because, like, here was the sink, here was the shower door. It allowed, like, maybe 2 inches of space for you to maneuver in. My wife was able to take a shower in that original room, and even she struggled to slink out. So I actually had to go take a shower in a different room that night. We told the hotel what was going on there, like, oh my god, go take a shower in this other room. And then we wound up switching rooms because it was like, no person can use this shower. So that kind of started this, I don't want to say a downward spiral, but it started this whole thing in France of, hey, I'm not doing well here. You know, it was like the shower sitch, the weird room sitch, and then the foot pain. It was like 3 strikes, the straw that broke the camel's back. Paris was like, get out of here. And I was just going to try to tough it out. I went to a couple things, went to the Wes Anderson exhibit. We saw Notre Dame cathedral on Palm Sunday. Went out to a couple dinners and stuff, but like, I've been kind of keeping the same schedule in Paris, like the complete opposite of London. London, I'd walk all day. I wouldn't be back in I would like wake up in my hotel room, leave, return at night to go to bed. Paris, I basically have a morning of activity, right? Go to a museum, and the whole afternoon I'm holed up here in this hotel room, elevating my foot. So, it's been a weird visit. England was awesome. France has been strange. So, still a beautiful city. No shade on the country. No shade on Paris at all. Just one of those things. Like, we're not getting along at the moment. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm leaving. I've had enough. Yeah. Leaving in one piece. It was like, even my wife was like, Paris chewed you up and spat you out. I don't think that's quite accurate. I think it's more like I showed up for something, Paris showed up for something else, and we never really jived at the same time. So, we're leaving. I'm going to take my hurt foot with me on the plane, and when we arrive, I'm going to go straight to urgent care, and we'll see what's what. So, kind of weird ending to the trip. It started off super strong, and it ended on this, like, maybe appropriately dramatic. That seems like a very French thing, like something in a French play. Appropriately dramatic ending, like, and then he he was laid up with the foot in the hotel for days, and he's eating. See, I can't do French accent. I can't even do a French accent. I'm doing like a German guy. Und, that's not a German or a French word. He he had many pastries and patisseries, and now he goes home. You see, I can only do French. I can only do German. I can't do a French accent. Anyway, enough of my horrible impersonation. That's it. I barely survived France. Maybe I'll come back. It's been a weird one.